to kill important leaders and candidates after failing in movements, says Obaidul Qadir.
Addressing a meeting, Senior Secretary Mohammad Humayun
No such example of evil politics like that of MP who burns people in the name of politics, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood.
Poridarshok Shomiti advisor Sudipta Kumar Das said although the scheduled
South Africa files case against Israel at International Court of Justice, accusing it of crimes of genocide against Palestinians in Gaza.
So far been accepted from the tenure of Bangabandhu to construct cinema halls, and all the loans except one.
And Bangladesh to face New Zealand in third T20 International in Mount Magdalene tomorrow with a chance to win medal series on New Zealand.
891 crore.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Kim Yorin welcoming you to News at 10. You have just heard the highlights, now to the details.
Cinema hall entrepreneur, actress Anjana Cholachitra Poridarshok Shomiti leaders Amir Hamza, S.M. Masood Parvez, Shamsul Arifin, Taposh Das Gupta, Raihan Pramanik and Mohammad Bilal also participated, among others, at the meeting. The construction of the permanent campus of Primatial University has begun.
Awami League President and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina asked the people to give a befitting reply to the conspiracies by casting votes in January 7th parliamentary election in a peaceful manner. Various conspiracies are being hatched to foil the polls. Many are also involved internationally. They work to bring third party to power in Bangladesh, she said. Sheikh Hasina said this while addressing a grand election rally at Sheikh Mujibur Rahman College ground at Tungipara this morning.
She said
noting
that
Israel carries out bombing attacks on even hospitals in Palestine, she said Tariq is doing exactly the same thing by giving orders from London to launch attacks on ambulances, journalists and police in Bangladesh. She said this type of criminal act won't be accepted in Bangladesh. Seeking the votes for the Awami League symbol vote in the election, the Awami League president urged the voters to turn up in the polling stations and cast votes in the morning.
এই দেশের রূপকার আমাদের জাতির পিতা বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমান, তিনি স্বপ্ন দেখেছিলেন একটি মহান জাতি গড়ে তুলবেন। জাতির পিতার সুযোগ্য কন্যা আমাদের প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনা, তিনি পিতার সেই স্বপ্ন সফলতার সাথে এগিয়ে নিয়ে যাচ্ছেন। দেশকে উন্নয়নের ধারায় নিয়ে চলেছে। সামনে শুভদিন, বাংলাদেশ হবে স্মার্ট বাংলাদেশ। আমি জানি আপনারা উন্নয়নের সেই স্রোতধারায় সম্পৃক্ত হয়ে দেশকে গড়ে তুলতে এগিয়ে নেবেন।
Chairman of Primatial University Trustee Board Mohammad Nazrul Islam, the President's son Mohammad Arshad Ahmad, Vice Chancellor of the University Professor Dr. Irfat Jahan and other officials spoke at the function. Later a colourful cultural program was organised on the occasion.
আমরা দেব যে বাংলাদেশের মানুষের ভাগ্য নিয়ে আর কেউ ছিনিমিনি খেলতে পারবে না।
The poverty rate decreased in the country by 5.6% in the past 6 years, according to a survey of Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics (BBS). This was revealed today at the final report of the BBS titled Household
Younger daughter
Income
of
and
the father of the
Expenditure
nation,
Survey
Sheikh Rahana, was present
2022.
on the dais.
The function
the
was
Premier
organized
said the
at the
power of
BBS
younger
office
generation
at Agargaon,
expedites
the capital
Bangladesh's
today.
development and
Planning
progress.
Minister
The
Amy
Awami League
Manan was
president said
present as
those who are
chief
involved in the
guest.
attempt to thwart the election
BBS
will
Director
definitely
General
face a
Mohammad
missing.
Mizanur Rahman presided over the function. Among others, Secretary of Statistics and Informatics Division, Dr. Shahinaz Arifin, and member of General Economic Division,
নির্বাচন বানচালে যারা ষড়যন্ত্র করে,
Director Mohiuddin Ahmed presented the report. The report says that in 2016, the poverty rate of the country was 24.3%. It became down to its 18.7% in 2022. So the overall poverty reduced by 5.6% in 6 years. The extreme poverty rate came down to 5.6% in 2022, which was 12.9% in 2016. Data from the survey has revealed that the household's average monthly income has increased to 32,422 taka in 2022 from its 15,988 taka in 2016.
Meanwhile, in another
Monthly
grand
total
rally held at the
expenditure among
Kalkini
the
said Abu
households
Hussein
are
University
also
College
increased
ground in
during the 6
Madaripur,
years period.
Sheikh Hasina
The
sought
survey
vote for
found
her
that
party's
household
electoral
level
simple
access
vote
to
as only it can
electricity
assure country's
increased to
development. She sought vote for the vote
99.3% in
from the new voters, saying that her
from
government has been working to build the young
75.9% in
generation as skilled
2016.
workforce with proper training of
Increased
computer and
number of Social
ICT as they
Security
can
Program
compete with the
SSP
world. The
are
Premier,
elderly
along with her
like
younger
elderly
sister,
allowances,
Sheikh Rehana,
widow
arrived in the venue at
allowances and
3:30
ashram
p.m.,
projects
which turned into
initiated
human
by Prime
sea.
Minister
She
Sheikh
asked the
Hasina
voters to
and
go to the
rise
polling
of
centers
SSP
early in the
beneficiaries
morning and
have
exercise their
played a
voting
vital
franchise
role in the
spontaneously.
decline of poverty rate. 37.6% households and 50% SSP beneficiaries are recorded in 2022, whereas 27.8% households and 28.7% SSP beneficiaries were recorded in 2016.
স্মার্ট তরুণ সমাজ হিসেবে দক্ষ জনশক্তি হিসেবে বলতে চাই আজকে বাংলাদেশ 15 বছরে বদলে গেছে। সামনের দিকে আমাদের
ভাই গার্লস স্কুলটা কোন দিকে? আপনাদের ছুটির দিনে গার্লস স্কুলের দিকে যাইতেছেন যে? ভোট দিতে যাব ভাই, আপনারা যাবেন না?
যেই প্রার্থীর ভোট দিতে চান তাই দিন, কিন্তু না দেখে ভুল বাস দিন করলে এটা ঝামেলা।
জি ভাই, প্রতিবন্ধী ব্যক্তিদের জন্য বিশেষ কিছু সুবিধা রয়েছে। ভোট কেন্দ্রগুলোকে আরো বেশি প্রতিবন্ধী বান্ধব করেছে নির্বাচন কমিশন। চাইলে ভোট দিতে সহায়তার জন্য সঙ্গে কাউকে নিয়েও যাওয়া সম্ভব।
বাহ, ভাই তো ভালোই দেশের খবর রাখেন দেখতেছি।
কারণ আমি সচেতন নাগরিক, আর সচেতন নাগরিক হতে হলে চোখের আলোর চেয়েও মনের আলো থাকাটা বেশি জরুরি।
ভাইজান, আপনি একা সচেতন হলেই হবে।
চলেন আমরা সবাই একসাথে ভোট দিতে যাই। চলেন।
প্রতিবন্ধী ভোটারদের সহজে ভোটদান নিশ্চিত করতে নির্বাচন কমিশন অঙ্গীকারবদ্ধ। আসুন আমরা নিজেরা ভোট দেই এবং অন্যকেও ভোট দিতে উৎসাহিত করি।
এই বাংলাদেশকে নিয়ে যেটা আমরা হতে দেব না।
Chief Election Commissioner CEC Qazi Habibul Awal has said all necessary measures have been taken to hold the next general election in a free, fair and neutral manner. He said this while speaking as the chief guest at a news exchange meeting with all the contesting candidates of the district in the 12th parliamentary election at Sylhet Circuit House today. Sylhet Divisional Commissioner Abu Ahmed Siddiq presided over the meeting, while Election Commission Secretary Mohammad Jahangir Alam spoke on the occasion. Sylhet District Returning Officer Sheikh Rasul Hassan and officials of the Election Commission were present
An Israeli
at the
airstrike on a South Lebanon border town killed Hezbollah fighter, the group said Wednesday, with state media reporting 2 of his relatives were also killed. Reports say Israel
জাতীয় সমাজতান্ত্রিক দল জাসদ announced the 7-point election manifesto of the party, expressing its commitment to curb looting and corruption syndicate, ensuring good governance and the rule of law, removing discrimination and reviving the national spirit of the liberation war. Jasod General Secretary Shirin Akhtar today announced the election manifesto at the party's central office in the capital today. Central leaders of Jasod were present at the program, mentioning that the anti-liberation forces are trying to foil the upcoming national election in continuation of the past. Shirin Akhtar said all have to resist these forces unitedly and move the country forward.
The discussion comes amid grave concerns expressed by the United Nations over Israel's continued strike on Gaza and international calls for a halt to the
জন্মশত্রু এবং রাষ্ট্রবিরোধী দেশীয় বিদেশি শক্তির
escalating attacks on the US troops
সংবিধান
and
সমুন্নত
commercial
রাখা, সংবিধান
shipping and
অনুযায়ী ঘোষিত
incidents
দ্বাদশ
often
জাতীয় সংসদ
involving
নির্বাচন
Iran and
অনুষ্ঠান
its
করা,
proxies
দলবাজি,
are causing
দলীয়করণ,
new
দুর্নীতি,
concerns
লুটপাট,
that
সিন্ডিকেটের মাফিয়া
Israel's
চক্র
war in
দমন করা,
Gaza
অর্থনৈতিক ও
widen
সামাজিক
into a
সাংস্কৃতিক
regional
বঞ্চনা বৈষম্য নিরসন
conflagration
করা,
with great
বাঙালিয়ানের
political and
ভিত্তিতে বাঙালির
economic
তৃতীয়
consequences.
জাতীয়
When
পুনর্জাগরণ
American with
সংগঠন
American
করা এই
service
মুহূর্তে
personnel
বাংলাদেশের সকল
increasingly in
দেশপ্রেমিক
a dangerous
গণতান্ত্রিক
firing line and
প্রগতিশীল
with
রাজনৈতিক
US and
সামাজিক
allied
শক্তির
naval
প্রধান
assets on
জাতীয়
the high
কর্তব্য
alert
বলে মনে করে।
after multiple drone attacks. The deteriorating situation is leading to a
Bangladesh
tense
Nationalist
holiday
Front
period for
BNF
the White
has
House.
announced their election
The
manifesto
rising
for the upcoming
possibility of U.S.
parliamentary
combat
polls.
deaths
BNF
and the worsening
President
security
Abul Kalam
situation
Azad
from the
announced the
Indian
election
Ocean to the Red
manifesto
Sea
at Shishu
and
Kolan
the
Virtual
stretching through
Auditorium
Iraq,
in the
Syria,
capital
Lebanon
today.
and Israel
BNF General Secretary
represents
Dr.
an
Nazrul Islam
unwelcome new
Al-Maruf,
foreign
other
crisis
central leaders
as
and party
President Joe
candidates
Biden's
of the 15
reflection
constituencies
here
of Dhaka
dawns.
were present at the function.
Warnings
The
by
manifesto
Israel that
emphasized
its
on
war
communal
against
harmony and
Hamas in
building a
Gaza will
terrorism
last for
militancy,
months
drugs and
despite
corruption-free
U.S.
country.
pressure for a ratcheting down of the intensity of the conflict threaten to heighten the chances
আমাদের স্বাধীনতা
war
মুক্তিযুদ্ধের
could spin out
লালিত
of
স্বপ্ন
control
সম্পদের
and drag
সুষম বণ্টন
US
ভিত্তিক
further in.
গণতান্ত্রিক জনকল্যাণ রাষ্ট্র
A
ব্যবস্থা
key committee in the Turkish parliament
বিনির্মাণ করেই
approved Sweden's
আমাদের
bid to
রক্তের
join
ঋণ
NATO
আমাদের
after
শহীদদের
months
রক্তের
of
ঋণ
delays,
এবং জাতির জনক
fearing another
বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ
hurdle
মুজিবুর
in the
রহমানের রক্তের
Nordic
ঋণ শোধ
country's
করতে আসুন
accession process
জাতীয় ঐক্য গড়ে
in the
তুলি
wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine last year. Sweden's NATO
Awami League
bid
General
had been
Secretary and Road
stalled
Transport
amid
and Bridges
opposition
Minister
from Turkey
Obaidul
and
Qadir has
Hungary,
said that
and
the
recently it
BNP
was further
might kill
complicated
important
after
leaders
President
and
Recep
candidates
Tayyip
to create
Erdogan
panic in the
linked it
election
to
as it
Ankara's
failed in
request
movements.
for
He called
F-16
upon all,
fighter
including his
jets from
party's
its
candidates,
ally, the
leaders and
United
activists to
States.
remain careful
Sweden and
in this
Finland
regard.
dropped
Obaidul Qadir
decades of
came up with
military
the apprehension at a
non-alignment and
press
sought
briefing
to
at
join the
Awami
US-led
President's office
defense
in the capital's Dhanmondi today.
organization after Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022. The move paves the way to a vote by the full parliament where Erdogan's ruling alliance holds the majority of seats. It was not immediately clear when the full parliament would hold its vote. The United States has expressed a deep concern over reports that Iran has accelerated its production of weapons-grade uranium. The comments from a White House National Security Council spokesperson came in response to a report issued by the International Atomic Energy Agency IAEA that warned that Tehran has accelerated production of the high-grade material. The US spokesperson said Iran's nuclear escalation is all the more concerning at a time when Iran-backed proxies continue their dangerous and destabilizing activities in the region, including the recent deadly drone attack and other attempted attacks in Iran and in Iraq and Syria, and the Houthi attacks against commercial shipping vessels in the Red Sea. The United Nations Atomic Watchdog's report to member states said that Iran has increased the rate at which it is producing weapons-grade uranium
Obaidul
in
Qadir
recent
strictly
weeks,
directed all,
reversing
including
a
his
previous
party's candidates, to abide by
slowdown
electoral
that
code of
started in
conduct.
mid-2023. The reunification of Taiwan with China is inevitable, Chinese leader Xi Jinping claimed in a speech Tuesday, reiterating Beijing's long-held stance on the self-ruled island democracy ahead of a crucial election there next month. In an address marking the 130th anniversary of the People's Republic of China founder Mao Zedong's birth anniversary, she said the realization of the complete reunification of the motherland is an inevitable course of development, is righteous, and what people want, the motherland must and will be united. The comments echo those previously made by Xi, one of China's most powerful leaders since Mao, who has made taking control of Taiwan a cornerstone of his broader goal to rejuvenate China to a place of power and stature globally. And now some other international news in brief. Ukraine's commander-in-chief said his forces had pulled back to the outskirts of the town
At the press briefing, Awami League President member Jahangir Kobinano, Organizing Secretary Shujit Wainoldi, among others, were present.
Is close to the key Russian-held city of
Awami League
Donetsk
Joint General Secretary and
Ukraine.
Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan
North
Mahmoud
Korea
said
has
the Israelis
opened
are
a
killing
year-end
Muslims in
ruling
Palestine like
party
hunting
meeting
birds,
attended
but
by
the BNP
leader
is
Kim
yet to
Jong-un.
utter a word
State
to
media
testing
said
it.
Wednesday
They said
that
this during
key policy
electoral campaigns
decisions for
and roadside rallies in
2024
Ranguri
expected
Upazil of
to be
Chattogram
unveiled.
today. Dr. Hassan Mahmoud is vying for Chattogram 7 constituency in the 12th parliamentary polls on
Oil-rich River State,
Dr. Hassan
Nigeria's
Mahmoud
oil
campaigned and
capital,
held
became
rallies
the
in different
latest hub
places,
of
including
political
Kodali
drama
unions
in
Shondi
the
Para,
country following
Mohammadpur
the
and
state
Kodla High School
parliament's
ground.
attempted impeachment of Simanalai Fubura, who has been governor for only 5 months.
আমরা একদিকে রাস্তাঘাট বানাই,
dense fog
ব্রিজ কালভার্ট বানাই, মানুষকে বিনামূল্যে বই দিই,
India's capital Delhi
আর
and
বিএনপি
northern India.
মানুষ
The city
পড়ায়।
one of the foggiest days of the season so far, with visibility dropping as below as 50 meters on Wednesday.
এইভাবে মানুষ পোড়ানোর রাজনীতি, অপরাজনীতি দুনিয়ার কোথাও হয়নি আজকে, দুনিয়ার কোথাও নাই।
The Hubble Space Telescope captured a newly revealed image of the mysterious, ghostly shadows on Saturn's ring, the latest sighting of the so-called spokes that continue to baffle scientists.
ফিলিস্তিনি যে হত্যাকাণ্ডের শিকার হয়েছে তার মধ্যে বেশিরভাগ নারী এবং শিশু।
Bangladesh will get duty-free market access in exporting products to Japan in 2026 as the least developed country. Senior Commerce Secretary Tapun Kanti Ghosh said this today at a press conference after revealing a joint study group report on Economic Partnership Agreement (EPA) between Bangladesh and Japan at the Bangladesh Secretariat. Japanese Ambassador to Bangladesh, Aiwa Makiminori, and high officials of the Commerce Ministry were present at the function. Referring to the Bangladesh's graduation from a developing country from the latest developed one, from the least developed one, he said Bangladesh will lose the duty-free market access facility in developed and developing countries after 2026. However, Bangladesh will get this facility in Japan. Tapun Kanti Ghosh also said commerce, investment and economic cooperation between Bangladesh and Japan will be increased by the signing of the Economic Partnership Agreement between the two countries to expand bilateral trade. Now news on weather.
যেহেতু ইসরায়েলের পক্ষে আমেরিকা আছে, সুতরাং ইসরায়েলের বিপক্ষে কিছু বলা যাবে না, সুতরাং ওরা মুনাফিক।
Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. Tomorrow said weather may remain dry with temporary partly cloudy sky over the country. Moderate dense fog may occur at places over the river basins of the country during the late night to morning. Night and day temperatures may be nearly unchanged in the country. And now news on sports.
তারা ইসরায়েলের দোসর হিসেবে আজকে
Of Chattogram 7 constituency, Rangpur and Parsa by 5 for the next election. Information Broadcasting Minister and Awam League Joint General Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood participated on some election campaigning and rallies at 7 to 8 places, including Joishtapura, Shanti Bazar and Korundip, Munchipara of Sripur, Korundip Union in Boakhali, Buzala in the afternoon. Addressing the rallies, Dr. Hassan Mahmood called upon all to re-elect him as a member of parliament by casting their votes for both single during January 7 elections. Chairman of Boakhali Upazila, Razamia and Union Porichad Chairman Bokaram, among others, addressed election rallies.
3 wickets, while Mahdi Hassan and Mustafizur Rahman picked up 2 wickets each for Bangladesh. In reply, Chase were present on the occasion, among others. A total of 60 male and 40 female
Moving
players
on to
from 20
international
teams
news.
are taking part in the 4-day competition. And to end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Awami League President Sheikh Hasina announces the party's election manifesto for the 12th national election prioritizing
South Africa has filed a case against Israel at the International Court of Justice for the crime of genocide in Gaza, Palestine. The country sued for such accusations after more than 21,500 people were killed in the destruction and bombardment carried out continuously for almost 3 months in Gaza. South Africa called Israel's actions in Gaza genocidal in its application to the court yesterday because Israel has purposefully destroyed a significant portion of the Palestinian population ethnically and racially. The petition also said that the killing of Palestinians in Gaza included physical and mental torture and disruption of people's lives. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has compared Israel's actions in Gaza and the occupied West Bank to the ethnic division of the white minority apartheid rule that ended in his country in 1994. Several human rights organizations have also said that Israel's policy towards Palestinians amounts to apathy. The Palestinian Ministry of Health said yesterday that 187 people were killed in Gaza in the last 24 hours by Israeli attacks. Meanwhile, Egypt has proposed a peace plan to end the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas in the besieged Gaza. The proposal given by Egypt called for the implementation of the ceasefire in 3 stages. The proposal calls for an initial ceasefire of up to 2 weeks. Additionally, 40 to 50 Israeli hostages have been released in exchange for 120 to 150 Palestinian prisoners. Egypt and Qatar will work to implement this plan. A Hamas delegation has reported they arrived in Cairo to discuss the plan. Meanwhile, about 150,000 Palestinians have begun fleeing to safety as Israeli occupation forces advance towards central Gaza. Russia has launched a massive wave of missile strikes across Ukrainian cities, including the capital, in one of the biggest attacks on the country since the start of the war. At least 39 civilians were killed and 160 injured in the strikes on residential buildings in Kyiv and Odessa and other cities in the west and south on Friday morning. Ukraine's military says Russia launched a massive attack with 150 drones and missiles. The Air Force says it has never seen so many locations targeted simultaneously. Cities across Ukraine were attacked, including the capital Kyiv, Lviv in the west, Odessa and Zaporizhzhia in the south, and Dnipro and Kharkiv in the east. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Russia used nearly every type of weapon in its arsenal today. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian Air Force said Russia used hypersonic, cruise and ballistic missiles, including missiles that were extremely hard to intercept. China has appointed former Navy Chief Dong Jun as the new defense minister after months of uncertainty following the sacking of his predecessor Li Shangfu for still unknown reasons. Dong takes over the role at a time when the United States has ramped up its efforts to bolster diplomatic and defense ties in the Asia-Pacific as part of a campaign to compete with China. While Dong will be the public face of the People's Liberation Army PLA in its engagement with the media and with other militaries. Before becoming the PLA's Navy chief and being made a full general in 2021, Dong was vice commander of the East Sea Fleet, the backbone of what is now the Eastern Theater Command, the main force responsible for fighting over Taiwan. Now news on weather. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said weather may remain dry with temporary partly cloudy sky over the country. Moderate to dense fog may occur at places over the river basins and northwestern part of the country during midnight to morning. Night and day temperature may remain nearly unchanged over the country, said the Met Office. Now news from the world of sports. Bangladesh will take on New Zealand in the third and final T20 of the 3-match series at Mount Maunganui tomorrow. The match will start at 6 a.m. Bangladesh Standard Time. Earlier, Bangladesh defeated the Kiwis by 5 wickets in the first T20. The second match was abandoned due to rain. As a result, the Tigers are leading by 1-0 in the series. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. People will give befitting reply to conspiracies by votes in January 7 election, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Election campaigning going on amid festivity across the country. Jatiyo Saমাজতান্ত্রিক Dal and Bangladesh Nationalist Front announced election manifestos. BNP planning to kill important leaders and candidates after failing in movements, says Obaidul Qadir. No such example of evil politics like that of BNP who burns people in the name of politics, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. South Africa files case against Israel at International Court of Justice, accusing it of crimes of genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. And Bangladesh to face New Zealand in third T20 International in Mount Mangune tomorrow with a chance to win maiden series on New Zealand. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our next news at 11:30 in Bangla. Keep your homestead neat and clean and stay safe from dengue. Khuda Hafiz.